Yes.
All right. I'm on YouTube too, bro. Can you see it clear?
Give me a second here. I'll pull it up.
All right.
Yep. And I see you both. Yep.
You see it all good?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. And Joseph's in here already. What's up? What's up?
Josa and Ellie and the Dawn. Yep.
That's right. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being here. We're gonna finish this. I want to start knocking out some of these covers. Joseph, I started working on an idea that I'm gonna try shipping out to you for your stream. But I'm gonna keep playing with that, and I want to try to send it to you, like even personally, maybe no later than Wednesday or something like that. So
B-Cal just showed up, and so did Meech Mixed Headed.
Mitch mixed it. That's my boy right there. We're thinking about doing a co-stream on Monday. He's got an idea that I'm gonna be helping him out with, Joe.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be something that we might do next Monday. So I'll be talking to you about it. The plan is to finish this up today. I want to finish inking this, and I want to start adding some color onto it. This is another cover that we're working on. So I already got it drawn out and inked mostly. And then I'm also working on this cover right here. I know, Joseph. I got a lot of things going on, but I caught the bug and I've been knocking them out.
Nick Harris is here too.
Yo, my man Snake, what up, bro? So here are the three. So this one, and then this one. I think I might paint this. I was watching Joey Lee Cabral stream, and he was painting. And every time I watch him paint, I'd be like, "Man, I can do that. I want to, I want to do that." Black Panther is sick. Thank you, dude. I appreciate you. All right, Joe. So let's get into it, brother.
I'm right here for you, man. Black Panther says, yeah. Joseph says Black Panther is sick as heck.
Thank you. Can everybody hear Joe all right? Can you guys hear me all right? I want to add a little depth into this. So I want to kind of like put a rock behind him.
Ellie says, I can hear both of you.
Perfect. Actually, I want to do that smaller. What I don't like is these three are too close in size.
Snake says, has anyone read the Martian book yet? My shop was sold out. I haven't read it yet, but
we were looking at the
it,
art.
We perused the art and we gave it a drastic thumbs down.
Yeah.
The art is trash, but that's my personal opinion.
Yeah, I couldn't get behind it. I saw some reviews on it and people liked it, but I can't
Joseph
say
says
I'm one of
art
them.
sucks.
So Joseph agrees?
Yeah, Joseph agrees. So, hey, Joseph, did you want me to put those cards that I did, the Etrigan and Blue Devil, did you want me to put them in my inventory, or did you just want me to hold on to them? After some gummies, it's not bad. You know, that's true, Joseph, straight up. I mean, I was telling D that guy's artwork, I can't remember his name, but I remember there was like a Silver Surfer book that he did where like the Silver Surfer was like in a black hole or something like that, and that's where he first like encountered like Null, and those were like the actual like first books that like Null was a thing. So and it made sense. I'm like, oh, okay, this guy's artwork really fits being, I guess, in the weird black hole kind of stuff and how trippy it could be. But yeah, it's not good, not in my opinion. Mixed edit. Or sorry, was it? It's mixed edit. Mixed it. Yeah, it's not mixed edit. It's mixed it, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna call him Meech. So,
That's fine.
is that Marvel?
This is DC.
Yeah, this one, the Martian Manhunter here is DC, but like I said, this guy also did a Marvel one where he did the Silver Surfer. So, Nick says, I'd like to see a page when you get a sec. And Joseph says, yes, please put in the shop and I'll buy them. Awesome. Yeah, and this Martian Manhunter only has like one eye, like he's a Cyclops. But I mean, I get it that he's, what do you want to call it? Like a shapeshifter, so he can do whatever. But
I mean, I guess I like certain aspects of the art, but overall, I wasn't really.
yeah,
It's
like that
not
right where your
something.
thumb was at, like that panel. It's
Yeah,
like, what's going on?
yeah. It's not really something that really does it for me. So
Yeah, Meech says that the art does look lazy.
it
So
does. I feel like that's why I had to really show out on
I just spice it up.
for real. How's everyone doing today? Everybody good out there?
Yeah, Snake's right though. Sorry, Snake says looks more like an indie title, not quite DC worthy in my opinion.
Agreed.
Meech says yes, it looks very indie, but even then, some indie books work at his top tier. Yeah, because the indie books will find like the people that are unknowns that really want to
They're
make an
hungry.
impact.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're hungry. That's a great way to describe it. They are hungry. Meek says that's why I'm working with E grades. Y'all heard.
Yeah.
Snake says my first title is kind of cartoony, but I'm working on it. LOL.
I dig your work though, bro. I can't wait to do the cover. Just you guys aren't ready for the D Graves and Snake Harris. We've already
Okay.
collaborated a few times. Remember, I did that. I did the spaz for him.
Right.
All right. At this point, I feel like I'm like done with the with like majority of the inking, and I'm gonna start having to like put in some deep shadows and stuff. How are you guys feeling about this so far?
I like it a lot, dude. And Joseph, if you want, I went ahead and I just posted those cards in my inventory. Snake says your art made me think the art in the book would be better.
Hey, I'm down, bro. We're gonna be adding some color on this. So, what are his colors? They're like blue
Green.
and
His pants are like bluish,
uh-huh.
dark blue.
Uh-huh.
His cape is blue, and then like the X on his chest is red, and then
Yeah.
his skin obviously is green.
It's green.
Snake says I'm a Martian fan, so kind of a letdown. You know what? It's like that, dude. It's like that. So I can't tell you how many times like I thought like, man, I love this character. I can't wait to read this new book, and then you get it, and you're like, oh, it's being handled by somebody who doesn't give an S about like this character. Great.
Mm-hmm.
That's like I think back in the late '90s, there was a Nova title that came out that was like 5 or 6 issues long because they just didn't sell very well. And Eric Larson was doing the writing for it, and he did all the covers. And it was Eric Larson artwork on the covers, but the guy who was doing the artwork on the inside was utterly amazing. But the thing is the story that they were telling was phenomenal. And that's because Eric Larson loved the character Richard Rider Nova.
Yeah.
So,
bro, I had got a comic one time and was completely faked out by it. Like the cover was super dope, and I was like, "Oh snaps, this gonna go hard." And then when I looked inside, I said, "Man, this doo doo. What is this?"
Well, I think that's kind of what you're doing right now. So,
amen to that, bro. And you know what's crazy? You want to hear what's crazy? Is like these people got paid. These are like what we almost idolize. Like, oh, that's a professional. You know, that's a professional comic illustrator. That's kind of like where majority of us want to be in this position.
The CXS Creation says, out having dinner with the missus, so I'm just stopping by to say hey, and this joint looks fire.
Oh, thank you, bro. Thank you.
And then Snake says the art in the book and all the Ghost Machine titles are, I'm sorry, Rook. The art in Rook and all the Ghost Machine titles are mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And then Joseph says, I always hated it when I was a kid and thought the people on the cover are in the book too. Yeah, you're not the only one who's been like fooled with that one. Like you pick up a book and Adam Hughes would do just the cover, and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna do something amazing. Or Kevin McGuire, and next thing you know, you got something. You're like, who is this? This guy is like ass. So.
Exactly. Straight garbage. Yeah. Garbage, son. Garbage.
Silver Rising, welcome in.
Welcome in. Thank you for being here.
Meech says this is how I feel about the music industry every year, very lackluster.
Yep.
In the words of Todd McFarlane, the devil's in the details. You're not wrong, and neither is he, that's for sure. Meech, if you're listening to certain music, then yeah, you're definitely probably very under. You're not appreciating music in the last few years. That's for sure. However, if you're listening to Sleep Token, you might not be disappointed. Just saying.
All right. I think I'm almost ready to stop fooling around with these hatching lines. I'm gonna just give it a little bit to like dry.
Right.
And then I'm gonna try going in with some of the things. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir, I do.
I think you might be the only one who knows what I mean. I said some of them things.
Okay.
Joseph said what?
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, Joseph bought those cards for me.
Nice.
So later tonight, I gotta get those packaged up so I can get those out.
Yes.
How's that? I had to get them. Those were cool. I appreciate it. Like I said, I kind of tried. But now I feel like I was telling Dee before the show, I said, I really like started enjoying what I was drawing on those cards, and then I got to the point where I was just like, I'm like, well, I just put a whole lot into these cards. I kind of maybe sabotaged myself to where like now I can't do these quick little cards. He says I personally like Motown, dude. That's great stuff. Snake hairs. Rook cover make it yet? Okay, asking Joseph.
Hey, what's up, son?
Doing good.
Good.
Let's get on Ace.
All the grandkids are here, and like every time they go up and down the stairs, they're like chasing each other. It's like an elephant herd.
I'm happy that I'm taking my time on this because I realize there's always some stuff that I forget.
What's coming out super dope, dude?
This?
Yeah.
Thank you, G. All right. I keep looking at the phone to see if it's translating the way I want it to.
Well, if your one is to translate like it's awesome, then it's working.
You stay gassing, yeah.
That is amazing. He said Marsha Musgrove. It's Marsha Manhunter. So it's Marsha and then an MH, but he missed the M, so I guess he's thinking about like the Brady Bunch, Marsha. At least says I agree with Joe.
Thank you. All right, so now I'm gonna go through and start erasing some of this. This be the scary part.
Yeah.
You gotta go something a little bit more up tempo. Just a little bit.
Oh yeah, yeah. I saw that unicorn page you showed me earlier. I thought it was pretty funny.
She was telling me about it, but I didn't get a chance to see it yet. Is it dope? I mean, it's always dope.
It's funny. I don't know if she drew it or if she was just coloring it because it was like in a coloring book. But I found it entertaining because it was like a unicorn that she was coloring, and then it says on it, I'm a MF unicorn. He says it's a coloring book.
How are we looking over on YouTube?
X Indigo, just Joey. Welcome in, man. So far, so good.
Okay.
Rebecca Quintero over there says, there is no school. I just subscribed.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for your support. All right.
X Indigo said, hey, do you do commissions? Name is Excellent ego. Thank you. I appreciate that for helping me out with that, because sometimes English for me is not my primary language. So, and if you're interested in the commission, yes, D does commissions. If you're looking for something very specific on sizes and color and things like that, just instant message him and he'll work with you.
All right. So let's see if I can go through and do some of this. The problem be when I be trying to do some of the shading and stuff.
Excellent Ego says, no, the name just looks weird on this platform. I get it. I absolutely get it. I mean, if you want somebody who was had a weird name on a platform, that was me for a while, and I had to change mine completely. My name on certain platforms wouldn't even show up on the screen because it was blocked. So. B Couch, welcome in.
Welcome in, welcome in.
Everyone thinks that Joseph's name is Joseph.
It's Hosa, right? Is it a soft J like Hosa?
Like a Jose, it's a Hosa. I know it's John. I know that because I just sent him a bunch of stuff in the mail. And I'm getting ready to send him more, but we're still gonna call you Joseph.
Yeah.
We will respect your anonymity. I tried to do that with Kay by calling her Mindy, and she didn't appreciate it.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. What we're not gonna sit here and do is lie on live.
Is it a lie if that's the way I remember it?
Yeah, it's a lie. I don't care how you remember it.
Welcome in, Ice Lion.
Oh, Ice Lion is here? What's up, man?
Yep. Excellent Ego says, and I want a Miles and a Storm cover, LOL. I'm definitely going to have to pay someone to make that. Well, I mean, it's crazy is because D actually has some X-Men covers that are blank, and he could probably put a Storm on an X-Men cover.
I sure can.
That would be cool. I mean, you've been looking for a reason to do one of those.
I sure have.
Excellent Ego says, I want them together, LOL.
I think we gathered that. I did. I felt like I understood what you were talking about.
So Storm and Miles on the same cover. That would actually be kind of cool because they both have like electrical powers too.
Heck yeah.
Like I said, Iceland. I mean, Excellent Ego. Just D sounds like he's down for it. Just I am him. Instrument him and on this platform, and you guys can work something out. And I promise you, the nice thing about D'Anthony is he won't rake you over the coals, but whatever you get, you'll be totally happy with.
Oh, that's kind of you, bro. I hope this is even showing up.
The grades, they are for me. I see them.
Okay.
Iceman says, this is the cool place to be tonight. Just so you know, Iceman, this is the cool place to be every night D is streaming.
This is a fact. This is a fact. Every night that me and Joe are on, this would be the place that you would want to go home and tell mom about,
Yeah, Iceman says Martian Manhunter is such a great character. So yeah, he's really cool. I mean, it was nice to see them actually develop him back in the 80s, and get him away from being like a nothing throwaway character, that when he was created in the original Justice League and stuff like that. So seeing him like being developed like in the Justice League with Kevin McGuire doing it all and started giving him like the Oreo cookie fetish and all that stuff.
Again, I hate the fact that these freaking. This is why I started buying different markers.
I just I had to. The sad thing is I just bought another refill this morning because I was finishing up those cards, and
Yeah.
the red that I primarily use ran dry, and I'm like, as I was finishing up, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, and I just like, you know, I'm just gonna grab a refill and Amazon it to me, and hopefully it'll be here sometime this week.
Bro, hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can get this other pack. Hopefully they're not dry.
No problem, man. Welcome in, Shway Collectibles. Nice to have you here.
All right. This is why I need you guys to buy my artwork. So this is exactly why. So check the bin, find some stuff.
Ellie says C3 is cutting the Utopia comic tomorrow night.
Oh yeah? What time tomorrow? Is it going to be like a morning show? Do you know?
I don't yet, but I'm going to look and see if it's scheduled. If it's scheduled, then theoretically. Ellie says I have no idea. He hasn't said it yet. Nope, he definitely has not. Oh, and Shway Collectible shared your stream, so.
Thank you. I'm bring this in a little bit. I love that his eyes are red. I've been doing a lot of red-eyed characters.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah?
But you know what? They pop, right?
For real. Yeah.
I always thought it was entertaining that, like, his weakness with fire, yet he had laser vision.
Yeah. All right. So this marker is actually juicy.
Brand new, man.
Yeah.
I am going to have to buy another rack for my pens. I have like a rack for my Copics and other alcohol markers. I'm going to have to buy a separate rack just so I can put my refills on it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've been buying refills like crazy lately.
I haven't looked for any more refills since I tried back in the day, and I couldn't find them. Maybe that's my bad. Maybe at this point I should kind of look for some, huh?
Well, there's a couple of markers that I have like duplicates of, and then there's other ones that I have like refills of. So, like I actually had bought like the what do you call it? The warm tone grays, and I actually went to use my W6, and right out of the box, I'm like, man, this thing is dry. This sucks. And so I bought a refill for it, and right before I pulled it out to like refill it, I had noticed that the reason why it was dry was because the shaft of the pin was split.
Oh,
and,
dang.
and so
Like it
and
was
so it
dropped?
was like a broken pin. So I ended up having to buy like a separate pin for it altogether. And so I
Oh,
still had to refill, but now I got a brand new pin too.
oh, that sucks. Especially if you had to buy it.
Well, sometimes that's what happens when you order stuff online, right?
Yeah, but I order everything offline.
Yeah, I order like probably 90% of all my stuff online, so I prefer going to like the stores and actually like, the brick and mortar stuff because unfortunately for me, when I walk into those art shops and I always end up like looking at like 10 other things that I don't need to purchase and probably end up buying like 5 of them. Which is why I have like 15 pads of paper, so.
I also have a problem where I just be buying art supplies and stuff. Don't really be a reason for me to need to buy it, but I do it anyway.
Yeah, I've been kind of trying to talk myself out of it lately, only because I'm like, do I really need to have this staring at me, begging to be like used when I have so many other things that are already begging me to be used?
But when you want to use that and you go to use it, you realize that you ain't got it, and then you be like, "Dang,
Yeah,
I should have."
yeah, and
I
that's why
should
I
have.
always end up buying it. Ellie says, I wish I had that problem.
See, I have that problem. I'll be like, "Do I need another sketch cover?" I made Joe make me swear that I wouldn't buy more. I bought
Yeah,
one right after that
and
conversation.
I was gonna say, and I'm pretty sure since we've had that conversation, you bought at least 50 more books.
At least, at
At
least,
least.
at least.
You know who else you probably should have made that promise to, but maybe in retrospect, it's a good thing you didn't make that promise to her, and that was your wife.
She beat me up.
She would hold your feet to the fire, dude.
However, she likes what I've been doing with these covers, so it's a win.
Hey, that's right.
I'm like, if I start making crap with these covers, then it's like a waste of money. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Man, and
But
I was happy to hear that your show went pretty decent yesterday too.
oh yeah, yeah. So I did a show at my local comic shop, and it was a good show. I made a lot more, a lot more people that were into my art that I haven't met before. I met a lot of new people, got some more followers and stuff. Uh,
That's cool.
I made some good sales, so that's always a plus. That's always a plus. I told the family, I was like, guess what? You guys get to eat another day.
Yeah.
You get to eat again. Enjoy it.
Guess what, guys? I made enough money for dinner tonight. Who's up for ramen?
And let's not get spoiled, right?
Yeah, right.
All right. So, based on what you guys are seeing here, who's gonna want this cover? Who's gonna take this home with them today? Well, maybe not today, but I'll be shipping it out tomorrow if you guys end up buying it. I'm very good at shipping my stuff out next day, as long as it's not like a weekend day.
Right. Oh, Nikki 2029 just showed up and says hi.
Hey, thank you for being here. I'm happy that you are here.
I love these songs where they feature the stylistic styles of that recorder.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that one song that you love to come on.
I know. Nikki says, how much do you charge for drawing in color?
For drawing and color. So if you just want me, like, are you talking about a sketch cover or are you just talking in general? Because I think it depends, really. Let me know.
Both.
All right, so I'm gonna be like how everything else is kind of trending right now. So to do a sketch cover for you in pencil is going to start at $60, and then if you want ink on there is going to be so like inking it and adding all that is going to be $50. It's going to be an add-on of $50, and then if you want color, it's going to be an add-on of $40. So with a full like a completed cover, it should be about 150. I think that's what the math was. That's where I'm starting at right now. This is.
I have another question.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get one on layaway?
Can you get one? I haven't done payment plans or layaway, but I am willing to work with you on it. So for sure, it would be a deposit. So you would do a deposit, obviously, and then
do you accept food stamps?
no, no, I don't do no freaking food stamps. Good question though. So do you do food stamps? That EBT?
Oh Lord.
I'm sorry that like the light keeps changing because the clouds and stuff. Can you still see everything?
I notice it on here.
Okay. I notice it. Like it changes a lot for me. So all I could do is hope that you guys are getting a good experience. You know. That was a mistake.
All right, just go over it in a darker one.
It's moist on one side, but on the other side, it's.
Oh, well, you know why, right? Because it was probably
sitting up. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so it was sitting in one direction for a long time. That's why.
It's always something. It's always something.
Always something.
Why don't they just work the way I want them to work?
That's the thing about these is sometimes both heads aren't moist. That's what she said.
Yeah, perfect timing, love. Perfect timing.
What your wife say?
She said, "Wow." The dry humor. Wow.
Tell your wife if she's ever interested in talking to somebody who will not make her laugh, I'm the guy. Yeah, you probably have no idea how many women find me not funny.
Oh, I think I have an idea. I think I can see it. Good news is I find you funny sometimes.
That's the important part.
That's what matters, huh?
Ellie says, beat me, Joe says, I'm sorry, Ellie says, Joe beat me to it. You watch baseball at all?
I do not. I do not. Baseball is not the sport that I watch if I ever wanted to watch sports. And not that I really have a problem with baseball. It's just not what I'm watching.
I don't. I like baseball, but I prefer going live to the games. So they have like a local small team here in the Quad Cities that I'll go to every year. I always make sure I go to at least one game. But no, I was just kind of curious. I mean, because I know like the regular season just opened up, and I was like, oh, I've never asked you about that before.
Oh yeah, did it? It did, huh?
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, it snuck up on me where like I just was completely oblivious. They were like, "Oh, opening day." I'm like, "What? Really? Already? What?"
Already, I felt like we just finished with baseball. Baseball like almost goes year round or something.
Well, I know it's gonna go all the way through until October, so
How's that look? Does it look good?
yeah, it really does.
Perfect. All right. I'm almost done with adding in some of the shading so we can have some depth on some of these objects. If Pop Smitty shows up, let me know.
Absolutely. Hush C, welcome in, man. And Hush says, I'm here, just got done spraying the yard for weeds.
That's right. Welcome in, bro. You're just in time. Because now we're about to kick it up a notch. Now that you're here, we're about to change the whole game. So, Joe,
Hush says, is this a commission?
it's not, but it could be yours if you want. You let me know how you feeling. Are you feeling daring? 'Cause it sounds like you are. And if you are, I would strongly encourage you to take advantage of the fact that I'm doing this right now.
Hush says he feels good, but he's broke also.
I know the feeling. I know the feeling. That's why I'm slanging art right now. Come on, man.
That's why you're hustling.
That's why I'm out here
Hush says,
slanging.
I owe too many folks on whatnot right now.
That's them IOUs. Did you try asking if they take EBT?
Yeah. Try what I did. Ask her if they take layaway or EBT.
Joe said, "Do you take EBT?" He said food stamps, but that's outdated.
I said my old lady would kill me if I was sold as food stamps.
Oh my God! No, you didn't.
What she said?
My wife said food is expensive. We'll take a trade. All right. Um, let me actually.
You know it's going to be bad, like if you start talking to people that are raising chickens in their backyard, and you can offer them a cover of a Martian Manhunter and for a dozen eggs. Says I'll send you a cow, but they're going for $2,500 these days. But you'll have beef for 2 years. Yeah, we got like a huge freezer downstairs that's begging for something like that. I was actually talking to my family about like maybe buying just like a whole pig and half a cow.
And half a child?
Half a cow.
Half a cow.
Yeah, half a cow won't go near as far as you think.
I said, you know what? We're about to end the stream right now, bro.
Yep. So we're about to get blocked.
I don't know what happened to you, but you didn't start off like this. Freaking Joe, you changed, man.
The Silence of the Lamb cookbook. I still have 5 roasts from 3 years ago from our first cow I got slaughtered. Yeah, that's real, dude. I mean, but you know what? It's kind of a money saver.
All right. I'm liking the way this is looking. And
I agree.
Thank you. I think I'm just going to give it a second to finish drying, and then we're going to start going on with some actual color.
Nice. Yeah, well, I live out here in the Midwest, and so where I live at, there's like a lot of farms around this area, and there's a couple of different butchers that'll do the same thing for us. So that's why I was kind of mentioning something to my mom and to my kids, and trying to like say if they would be, like, hey, if I got this, would it be something that they would be interested in? Because it just seems like, it'd be easier just to go and get something like what you're talking about. I'm out of the Quad Cities over here, like right in between, eastern Iowa, and right there, like an Illinois border, right here on the Mississippi. So
I can use the other swatch that I use for Swamp Thing. Colors are pretty much the same.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I'm in Davenport, Iowa. So. Says it's so much better that way. It's only one cow in your hamburger. Yeah, and not just like that. It's what you paid for it. So regardless, like in the next couple of years, when everything starts going up, you're like, you know what? It's affecting everybody else. It's not affecting me. Yep, you do know what you're getting. Absolutely. But yeah, like I said, I was thinking about doing like a whole pig and half a cow, because we don't eat that much beef in my house, even though half a cow would last us forever, only because I'm allergic to beef. But everybody else in my family's cool with it.
You say you're allergic to beef?
Yeah, I really am. I get super sick. I swell up, my throat closes off, and then like after all of that goes away, then I get violently ill. Depending on how good and the quality of beef is, it makes me violently sick.
Oh man, well I'm sorry for laughing. I thought you were joking.
No, I absolutely was not joking.
I thought you were talking beef in the streets. Because there's always another meaning with you. You said I'm allergic to beef.
Beef in the sheets? Yeah, I'm allergic to that for sure.
No, in the streets. In the streets, Joe. In the streets.
In the sheets, we call that roast beef, and I'm allergic to that, definitely. Puff says, oh yeah, I remember you said you're allergic to beef. Absolutely. So he remembers. Puff says, pork and chicken for Joey. That's right. And fish. I can do fish too.
I love it.
The CXS creation says Arby's ? Absolutely.
Arby's, we got the beef.
That was her name. So.
That was.
He says, don't mess with those Iowa boys. They got cornfields, hide bodies in.
All right. Okay. So. Reel it back in. All right. So I got the colors mapped out. while 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 this is doing this thing, let me show you guys. So I'm also working on this. I'll be working on this maybe in our next stream.
I really like the backgrounds that you started setting up on that one, dude.
Me too. I really challenged myself, my backgrounds. And I'm also working on this as well.
I really like that one. I know I always say it, but I'm serious. I really dig that one a lot because I didn't see it coming.
What, the Mummy?
Yeah, the Mummy one, like that one came out of nowhere for me, and this was like, I kind of seriously, kind of like low key, like that one the most.
Yeah.
Hub says we making D Gray's wife crack up so much.
Yeah.
And Hubsy says, "Mummy, where's my mummy?" TXS says, the deal. Send me a pic of whatever you finish.
Yeah, I'm already knowing.
Yeah, straight up, dude. Like I said, I didn't see. I should have seen the Mummy. Because of the whole, sandwich shop. Monstros. I mean, that dude. Tell me that's not like.
Yeah.
I mean, that's practice for you right there.
Exactly. All right. So I'm still kind of just double checking that these colors are gonna show up the way that I want, and then we're gonna start coloring this, John. You get it, John?
Yep, John.
We're gonna start coloring Johnny boy. What is this? GY2? Oh, I thought I had the other one. Good thing I tested that. GY2. Which isn't a bad green, but I need GY5. GY5. GY3. GY5. Alright. Oh, and his pants are blue? No, but they're like...
they're like a weird, like leathery kind of blue, which is whatever. That's perfectly fine. But then he has like a blue cape as well. So
the cape is blue as well?
Yeah, Bleep Slayer says, this looks great.
Thank you so much. Let me find the blue, because I think his blue is going to be like a deep blue.
Yeah, Celestial Breeze, welcome in.
Welcome in. What you think about this blue? Can you even see it?
Yeah, I can see it. I think that's an alright blue for like your first go over, and then you can take like another darker blue to like do like the darker areas.
Alright, so that's royal blue, and that's a PB6. What it says, PB8. Cerulean blue. Oh, this is lighter.
Crazy, right? I tell you, dude, that's why you gotta test those dang things.
Right, the number is misleading. So this is cerulean blue, which is PB8. I gotta write this down because that'll get me messed up. Ain't nobody gonna want the cover.
That seems to be like the one thing Copic really did right, was they went from lightest to darkest, and then it seems like it's just how many colors can we come up with? And it's just like, okay, and then they mix it, and then they put a number on it, and then they mix another one, lighter, darker. We just gonna put a number to it, and it's like they're all over the place.
Right. Let me turn on these lights. All right. But I can also do like because these I'm just using Ohuhus right now, but let me see what these. I have darker blues in Prismacolor.
Up says I'm gonna need a Doom package from you one day.
Doom? I'm all for it. So that seems like the PB8 right there. PB42. It's funny that they used the same. Alright, so PB40. Sorry, this part takes a little bit longer. PB40. And this is PB42. PB40, PB42. Man, I ain't even gonna lie. I'm a little nervous to start going in on this GY4.
Puff says, I like how you lay out your colors first. Shows you really dedicated to the work, and colors you lay down.
I'm trying to.
Puff, the struggle is real because unfortunately, Ohuhus are really okay pins. They're not bad. They're not bad in any stretch of the imagination. It's just the colors on the marker isn't necessarily the color that's in the marker. So with the Ohuhus, you always have to do a swatch. Otherwise, you're going to F yourself.
All right. So look, for my first color, the lightest green that I'm gonna put on him, I can either do PB27, which is actually a Prismacolor, or a GY4, which looks similar, but I think this might have more of a yellow tint to it.
I like the PB personally.
PB, huh? I was looking at that.
And Hope says, "Oh, I know. I used to paint ceramics, and you got to follow the paint schemes for it to turn out like you want to." Yeah. So you're not wrong, dude. I used to do ceramics when I was a kid, but that was a long time ago.
All right. So we're just gonna start. Already. Oh, I messed up. This is the wrong color. I shouldn't have listened to you.
Well, I didn't say PB whatever, right? Is that the wrong one?
No. I'm just...
You're just messing?
Yeah.
Les says, I love the dry brush. It's so relaxing inside Indian stuff and dragons. Plus, my prized possession is my chess pieces. That's cool. Puff says it looks great, D. You're doing light shading first.
Yep.
Yep.
That's the good thing about all the artists, homies, being in here.
Yep. Like I said, dude, that's why, like, whenever you're like, hey, are you ready? I'm like, give me a minute.
Yeah, he's like, what you mean, am I ready? Are you ready?
Right. Build up that color. Puff says, build up that color.
Yeah. So, I did the version with the two things, so his chest is still like open.
Yeah. Yeah, chest and arms should be open, so.
Yeah. I like coloring, bro. Like, that's such a weird statement. It makes me feel like such a kid, but I like the build up of coloring, and I
Yeah,
be
Kelly
wanting.
says I like that green.
Thank you. I want to really start with the painting. I'm gonna start painting the mummy.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It's I want to like coloring, but it's like I sit there and I get excited about putting color on it, and then I start putting color on it, and I'm like, yeah, crap, I suck.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Sometimes I'll even like do it to myself with like with the water boy comment, and nobody else in the room, and I was like, hey, we suck again. Ellie says you sound like me, Joe. It's like,
I know.
hey, what's up? Hmm?
What do you
I'm moderating on Whatnot. So yeah, they can all hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, he said hello.
So are you watching a different one? Are you watching a different version of them?
Yeah, it's my friend D'Anthony, and he's drawing a Martian Manhunter cover.
Is it fine?
Yes, that's the whole thing with moderating is because I talk to him, he talks to me, and these people that are over here, I read what they say, and we communicate back and forth. This way, he doesn't have to take his eyes off of what he's doing to see and hear what they're doing. Yeah, everybody wants free chicken nuggets. That's not true, then. Ellie says, oops, I didn't realize it did that emoji. Sorry, Joe. That's all right. Gave me the middle finger is what she gave me, so.
You don't have to apologize. We know what you meant.
Yeah, I was going to say, most people give me that and don't apologize. So.
Yeah.
So,
She said, "Take this, Joe."
that's right. 100% positive. It's etrogen. I'll tell you guys in a few minutes, okay?
Okay.
How are you?
Good thing I didn't threaten to block you. Well,
You did what?
good thing I didn't threaten to block you while the young
Yeah,
one was
sorry about
there.
that. He has like zero boundaries.
Oh, does he? Kind
Yeah,
of like you?
No, his is a little bit worse. So
That's kids for you.
yes.
Uh, all right, so I think this first layer of green came out pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it does too. Did he say he was going to get Miss Piggy with it?
Yeah,
So he's talking about porking?
yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
I've just seen it. He's like, LOL the finger. Yeah. Yeah.
My wife just told my 15-year-olds, maybe you should do your homework in your room.
Sorry.
Don't be. It's about that time me and him have that combo anyway. Oh, yeah. Are you ready, Jaden? Mm-hmm. Your life is going to change.
Not necessarily for the better.
I don't know. We'll have to see. while we while we
depends on it just depends on who it's attached to.
right while we both come out of the conversation traumatized, like that didn't go at all like I.
Right.
I just go into the room and cuddle with my wife in the fetal position. Like, I don't know what happened.
She walks in and both you and your son are like crying and
Yeah.
sweaty. Like, what happened in here?
Yeah. We don't need to talk about it.
Humpty says, Grace, have you ever drawn a Naruto? I can't figure it out.
Naruto?
Naruto, thank you.
And you still said it wrong.
I'm close. You know what I'm talking about? So I was close enough.
Naruto? I haven't. I don't think so.
Says Graves needs a beach.
I think I might have, actually. I think I did. Is he the one that does... No, that's Luffy. I think I might have with on Live with the Hive. I'm not sure. All right, so there's this green, PB27. Now I'm gonna do his eyes real quick, and I'm gonna do his chest piece.
I know how, like, when they sit there, you know what? I think next time I do my show, I'm gonna have to change, like, my title on there.
Why?
But just because I know you can put on there, like, explicit, explicit warnings and stuff like that. But I know, like, for example, yours is, like, Fun Times with D and the mod Extraordinaire Joe. I thought, like, if I put something on there similar to, like, that, but then I can also sit there and say, adult supervision required. Joe's going to be probably talking.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Huff says soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball fur, happy kitty, sad kitty, purr, purr, purr. Yep.
What was that?
That's from Big Bang Theory. Whenever Sheldon gets like kind of anxious or whatever it is, that's something that his grandmother used to like sing to him, and he talks. I think Amy into singing it to him. I think he also talked the blonde chick across the hall into talking to her, singing it to him. So, and it would help calm him down.
I like how I did those eyes, though, B. Tell me those eyes ain't looking you right in the depths of your soul.
Yep, looking right into you.
Looking at you like, yo.
Up says, yeah, that orange pops in the eyes.
Yeah, it does.
I think it's funny, like now Ellie says that she needs to watch Big Bang Theory.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have a friend of mine that I knew for actually it was my girlfriend's older brother. He and I were friends for a long time before my girlfriend and I ever got to get together when we were like much younger. And he eventually moved on and went on and like got married and stuff like that, and we hadn't connected in like a decade. And then a couple of years back, he and I had reconnected and we were talking, and he was telling me that like when he would tell his wife stories of like the guys and stuff that he knew when he was younger, he said that every time he would describe me to his wife, he would be like, have you ever seen Sheldon Cooper? He's a lot like that. So I'm like, I'm nothing like Sheldon.
Uh-huh.
Says the wife and I are watching it right now and relax. It's a relaxing show.
That's what's up.
Ellie says it's a good show. I tell you what, the one thing I really liked a lot about Big Bang Theory is all the superhero comic book references in it.
Uh-huh. All right. So there's that red. That's just the first little layer. How we doing so far, Joe?
So far, so good, man.
All right. Now, the pants is what I'm really nervous about because
Just start with the cape.
so, but you see where a lot of this stuff is? That's going to be
Yeah.
my black. Maybe not so much this, but like black. I got to
Right.
throw some deep blacks in there. Deep shadows. All right, so let me start somewhere. How you feel about that?
I like it. That's perfectly fine. Suburb, welcome in. BZ Cards, welcome in.
Welcome in, you guys. Maybe 40.
Bono Savage, welcome in.
Welcome in. Mm-hmm. Looking good.
Bono Savage says nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Meech says it's looking good.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. I'm trying to like baby step it at the same time, but I also want to be quick with it because I know y'all got stuff to do. I know I got stuff to do. You know, right, Joe?
Absolutely.
Right.
I gotta pack up some cards to get out in the middle of the month.
Uh-huh.
You work tomorrow?
No, I don't. But I do work. I gotta go in Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Meech says, hey, I'm just letting it play for the algorithm while I watch a movie. There you go.
That's what's up. Thank you.
You know who's I haven't seen draw in a while?
Who?
And I haven't seen him on the block much, and I definitely haven't seen him on here. That's Jaden.
Oh yeah,
Auto Savage says, you have blanks, question mark?
I do. I do. I have a ton of blanks.
Auto says, what you have for blanks? A lot, Auto, a lot. So,
Yeah, bro, that's like the hardest question to answer. It's almost like, what don't I have? But I'll show you right now. I have a lot of.
Real quick question, Anno, is there a particular that you're looking for more than anything?
That might be easier.
Yeah. Anno's asking, are you the voice in my head? Only if the voice in your head is mentally handicapped. And Anno says, LOL. He says, that pose is perfect. I'm jealous.
Thank you.
Anno Savage says, TMNT, Rocco's, or Cartoon Network, question mark.
I have TMNT. I do have one of those.
Yeah, you do have a Turtles one. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Anno says, which may I ask?
I'll show you. Hold on 1 second.
Anno says, no rush.
Okay.
We're about to pull you out of the groove, right?
Nah, I'm locked in.
Yeah, Anno says take your time, so.
Alright.
Anno says I'm getting my sun dressed, so.
Okay. For sure. Shout out to all the fathers out there, man. Hands-on dads and all that.
Ellie's like, wait, what about me?
Look at that.
Writing songs from my eyelids, mixing tears with the ink from a ball pen. How am I here, spending an hour writing 4 words? Look what God did, silhouette with the bullets left, empty that the good they all miss. The car flipped, walked away without a scratch. Hey, the doctor gave me 6 weeks. Can't, yeah, 6 years later, can't explain it. Look at where we at. I've been trying, I've been asking why was God allowed it. If we were never lost, then we would never know about it. I never wish no fountains. I just remember the mountains. Moving when we were surrounded. How many times he found us?
Ellie says, ooh, that blue. It's 2 fires, so it's pretty okay.
Thank you. Don't listen to Joe. He just, he's Joe.
Nobody's living their best life around me.
No. And I don't know what made you like that. Like, what happened to you? We'll, we'll talk about it off stream, but I have questions. He said it all went back to my first marriage.
It all went back to when I was a kid, and my mom and dad would take us to see movies in the drive-thru in the station wagon, and it was always a double feature, and whatever the double second feature was, me and my brother always had to go to sleep in the back of the vehicle before it popped on.
I wonder why.
FYI, didn't always fall asleep right away.
Yeah, that's what you get, being nosy.
I wasn't being nosy. It was just, sometimes you're a kid, you don't fall asleep right away. Especially like right after you just had like a Coke and a burger and a hot dog or whatever it is. That Coke's going to keep you up for a while when you're a kid. Hey, Chokes just joined.
Chokes. What up, bro?
Choke says, what's up, D and Joe?
What up, homie? Did you do a show, Chokes?
is not. I've drawn all day just off screen.
Yeah. Sometimes it be like that, bro. You gotta be selfish sometimes and just do the art for yourself.
Chuck says I can't focus on stream high key.
High key? Yeah, I get it.
You know, Chuck, what you need to do is you need to get yourself a voice moderator that can interact with everybody else so that you don't have to, so that you can low-key keep yourself like focused on what you're supposed to be working on. Chuck says it took me 6 hours to finish this cover.
This cover? Martian Manhunter? Or the one that... Which cover?
No, he's just the one he worked on.
Oh, okay.
To every dancer for a pop star, cause we all play the background, but mine's a rock star. Yeah, so if you need me, I'll be stage right. Praying the whole world will start embracing stage fright. So let me fall back and stop giving my suggestions. Cause when I follow my obsessions, I end up confessing that I'm not that impressive. Matter of fact, I'm who I are. A trail of stardust leading to a superstar. Yeah.
What was the cover you were working on, Chokes, if I can ask?
She's like, you can't mind your business.
You know, I'm just trying to make conversation. You know?
My soul, I was master of my fate, lost control and then I sank, so I don't want to take the lead, cause I'm prone to
welcome in, Robert.
All these folks who follow me gon' end up in the wrong place, so just let me shadow you and just let me trace your lines. Matter of fact, just take my pen, here you create my lines, cause if I do this,
I like coloring like this because it does give it a texture feel, but sometimes I feel like, man, does it look too like random, you know?
Not always. It looks like it's pretty good, to be honest.
Okay.
Chuck says it's a King Ghidorah, my bad. King Ghidorah versus Omni-Man and Invincible on the front with a full color spawn on the back. Yeah, I guess that's why it took you 6 hours.
King Ghidorah from Godzilla.
It took me a second to realize that you were talking about the Godzilla kaiju. You know, the one that shoots like the lightning out of his heads and stuff like that.
Three-headed dragon?
Yeah, the three-headed dragon is from like outer space. So.
All right, I'm gonna give this a second. All right.
That turtle cover?
Yeah.
Chuck says I ain't as good as D, but I'm proud of it. Hey, that's all right. Auto Savage, give him a second. He's off screen grabbing that Turtles cover to show you. So hopefully it's what you're looking for. Ellie says I need to work on my Vegeta Goku drawing.
I need to. Spangler wanted me to do a Vegeta that I gotta do. So this is my turtle blank.
Yeah, number 1.
Is he still in there?
I'm waiting for him to respond. Ano says, yeah, HM.
Okay. So, so how much? If you want like full color and stuff like this, it's gonna be 150. That would be the start. But depending on what extra you want in there, if you want like multiple characters and stuff like that, then it'll start going up. But we could talk the price. But if you're looking at a one character with color and stuff like that, it'll start at 150. And if you want another example of what I'm working on, here's another one. Here's another cover that this is the current one.
Chuck says, you gotta raise your prices, brother. If my dumb ass can get $100, you can easily.
All right, so correction. If you want something like this, it's going to start at $200. You can thank Chokes for that.
Welcome in, Amy. Ano is probably like, I'm gonna kill that Chokes guy.
Look at Chokes just laughing about it. But I'm really proud of this because I challenged myself.
Yeah. Well, art by Geoffrey is here, so guess what? He's looking probably right there at that Black Panther cover. He'll give you some feedback.
Geoffrey.
Geoffrey says, I'm proud as well.
Thank you. I always love when G drops in and he gives us that, he gives that feeling like, oh man, we might have made it, Joe.
Yeah, I kind of, for a hot second, I feel like that when he shows up to my shows on Saturday. When he checks out so quick, it makes me realize he's like, he clicked in, he's like, oops, my bad,
wrong channel. What was this? I gotta edit my homepage.
Yep.
Hey, it'd be even worse. It'd be even worse when you pop in and you like, oh my bad, and then they acknowledge you. Hey, what's up? No. I try to get in and out before you even know I was there.
Yeah. Or you're sitting there talking to them and they're already gone. So.
I don't want you to get. Let me stop you before you start a whole conversation. How you doing, Geoffrey? I hope you're well, bro. When you gonna be streaming next? You're in here, so you're not streaming right now. You gonna start streaming? Sorry, let me go live.
Yeah. The fancy's already checked out.
Right, he's gone.
Art says pizza is hopefully soon, LOL. We're giving him so much grief, it's unreal.
There don't be no reason either.
Yeah, whatever you do, Geoffrey, don't ask Papa Smitty to show up. We're trying to stay under the radar today because I know if he shows up, he's gonna be saying, "Hey, where's my maggot?"
I started the sketch for it though.
You did do that. Geoffrey says the art is wicked, bud.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Where's his what? He likes that Marvel character Maggot that was part of the X-Men for a hot second. But yeah. He's like, oh yeah. So. Yeah. Do they all eat pizza? Okay. Okay. No problem. That's fine. Can you just make sure everything else is put away? Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Thank you. Can you grab me like a case, please? Jeffrey says he won't request Wolvie or Cyclops. It's always like Gateway or Cypher. Cypher and Warlock would be cool. But I get that. I mean, honestly, Papa Smitty and I are kind of like on that wavelength as well, where we like to kind of like the more low-key, unappreciated characters. So, everybody else is already asking for Wolvie or Cyclops or something like that. So sometimes when you talk to an artist, they're like, "Oh, I get to draw that guy again." So that's honestly, Jeffrey, that's sometimes why I draw what I draw. It's just to be a little bit different, just to throw something out there. It's a little bit more niche, but I know that's not the best way to make money, right? So. But I'm not on What Not to Be Rich. I'm on What Not to Entertain myself, talk to some really interesting people, and just have fun.
Damn all that. I'm on What Not to Be Rich. So if you guys are interested in making a purchase, go ahead and check that bin real quick. My my commissions are open, but there's a wait because I am extremely popular, and because of that, my prices are probably going to be increasing.
Jeffrey says, I want to draw a group shot with the heavy hitters in the back, like Wendy and Marvin in front, Superman and Batman in the rear. Dude, that would be super cool. I'll be honest with you, I kind of like that, like years ago, like Alex Ross did that painting where it was like all of the like the superhero characters that Hanna-Barbera had created that were like not actually like in the comic books. So like they had like the samurai character and Marvin and Wendy, and they had I'm trying to think man, I can't think of the Black Lightning character that they had. I'm having like a stroke. Apache Chief and Black Vulcan. Thank you very much. Yeah, absolutely. Man, I just sometimes anymore like with names I stroke out.
I feel like Geff just needs to hold a whatnot where he tells us about all of these old characters and stuff.
But the problem is I can only imagine like if I was moderating for Geoffrey, like I would just meet Geoffrey.
What you mean if he was moderating? I'm gonna stop you right there, bro. What are you talking about? Who else you gonna be moderating for?
Well, I wouldn't really be moderating for him. I would just be talking to him while he was drawing because I wouldn't be reading any of the other chats. I'd be like, shut up.
I thought you was a lot more loyal than that.
Chat. I'm trying to have a conversation here. we're talking old school, like 70s and 80s cartoons. Get out of here. Jeffrey and I could nerd out on some Thundar the Barbarian and stuff. Jeffrey says, yeah, we need an old school week. Absolutely. Demon Dogs, absolutely. Or Lords of Light, yeah. I think I had read someplace that the original sketch that they had come up with for the guy who did the concept art for Thundar the Barbarian was Alex Toft, who was the guy who also did the initial work for Hanna-Barbera on coming up with the design for Space Ghost.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Is Space Ghost, right?
Yeah.
Because I have a Space Ghost cover, bro, and I'm really excited to do it. It's just the problem with it is it's a black cover, and I haven't done a black cover yet. So that's something that I have
to... have to be breaking out those white Poscas and the, what do we call it, jelly rolls. Yeah. Mish says, y'all ever seen the movie Midsummer? I can't tell you, it sounds familiar to me.
I haven't.
now I'm kind of interested in what Midsummer is about. Okay, so he says it's a cult movie, freaky stuff. It's a 2019 movie that says a couple traveling to Sweden to visit their friend's rural hometown for a fabled midsummer festival, but what begins as an idyllic retreat quickly devolves into an increasingly violent and bizarre competition at the hands of a pagan cult.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. Is it interesting at least? Yeah, Thunder the Barbarian had some cool villains and stuff like that. That one Gemini sorcerer whose head would switch around, and they had some cool characters. But yeah, it only got one season because it was deemed to be too violent for kids. He says, I'm usually picky, but I've invested in it's 3 hours though, so I've spent days watching it. So you have to like stop and start and stop and start. It's like, oh boy.
This is a long movie.
I'll be honest with you. I mean, I've seen a couple 3-hour movies. I mean, I watched a 4-hour movie the one time. I watched the Snyder cut of the Justice League. So
yeah, that was kind of difficult.
I didn't think so. I sat and watched that whole thing straight through. No potty break. Well, I say no potty break, but I was wearing a diaper, so it doesn't count.
Interesting. That's code word for you went too far. Interesting.
Jeffrey says the Ten Commandments is 4 hours too, so yeah. I was thinking 3 hours because I was thinking about like Endgame, but.
Alright, let me see if I can. PB 39. What is this look like?
I'm fresh off on sabbatical. Ain't drunk, but still going lateral. They see me and think radical. But I'm just a man. I do what I can. I do what I want. Don't have to stunt. Don't have to flex. Got a chokehold on the city and my feet up on they neck. It's a ditty. I'm saying next. Trick to the booth like a Pyrex.
I haven't watched the Ten Commandments in a long, long time. Sometimes I like watching those old movies like those, you know, like that one and like Cleopatra and those kind of movies because they just don't make that kind. I mean, you go back and you watch it, everything in those movies is like handmade. You know, there's no CGI, there's no digital. It's all real. Jeffrey's like Yul Brynner, absolutely. Those are great movies. I mean, just because, like I said, I mean, the way that they would paint the sets and everything like that, and do models, and it was crazy the level of art and everything like that went into those movies back then. The handmade stuff.
trying to scrape the plate. Make good, that's grace. If it ain't needed, I was gonna see it through. Never the 3 or 2. I've been the one. Big good, big great. They trying to scrape the plate. I mean good, that's grace. If it ain't needed, I was gonna see it through. Never the 3 or 2. I've been the one.
What did I just do with that red? What the heck?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
You know what, Joe? That I keep you around for a few reasons.
I know.
Okay, so here's this red. I need maybe this one.
So, do you know what city Yul Brynner never did a movie in?
What?
Do you know what city Yul Brynner never did a movie in?
Yul Brynner?
Yeah.
I don't even know who that is. G.
Oh my God.
Who is he? Don't judge me.
Like he was a bald actor. Like he was in.
Look, Let me stop you right there. You say he was an old actor, like
older, like 60s and early 70s and stuff like that. So he was bald, and he was like in the first Westworld movie, and he was in a bunch of other stuff.
He was in Westworld.
Yeah.
All right. So what didn't he do?
He did not do a movie in Bangkok.
Is that
at least according to the song? The song says that Bangkok is the creme de la creme of the chess world and a show with everything but Yul Brynner.
Huh.
Jeffrey brought up Yul Brynner and made me think about that. First time I ever heard that song, I was like on a beach in Italy, and like somebody was playing like their like a stereo like super loud and stuff like that. Me and my brother were like walking down the beach, and that was playing, and I was like immediately hooked. That was probably like 83 or something like that.
Yeah.
But that was like years before you were born.
Yeah. Because you said in what year? 83?
Yeah.
I was only born 3 years after that. If that means anything to you, buddy.
That's the year I was a freshman in high school.
And I was born. The king was born.
King was born. Jeffrey's like, what? Did you say 1972?
All right. How's it coming out, Joe? How are we looking?
Honestly, it looks really, really good, dude.
Looks really good?
Yeah, I mean, the colors are super spot on. Hey, Kay, welcome in.
What up, Kay? Thank you for stopping by.
That's what I think if you're going to do a cover, you need to kind of get one as a Masters of the Universe and do a really cool Skeletor or Merman cover.
Oh, I give you that.
can guarantee you, dude. Your merman will probably just kill it.
Thank you. I think we're almost done. I have to do some darker black stuff. I got to do a darker green too.
Are you gonna color in the debris or anything like that in the background?
I am. What did I do with that? Okay, so I ended up doing all of this Prismacolor, not even Ohuhu. So let me just put these away.
Honestly, it's because I mean the nibs and the Prismacolors are really nice.
Yeah, they are. They are. Do we still have people watching? Oh, we do.
Yeah, we have people watching. BK Photo just joined. Welcome in, BK.
What up? Thank you for being here.
Yeah. There's people watching on YouTube as well.
Oh, nice. All right, so PB28.
Meat only gave me three. Meat only gave me 3 fires, so we know what that means.
Ah, Meech. We do 5 or more.
Yeah, Meech. It's like a 5-star hotel, so it's a 5-fire thing. If it's anything less than 5, then obviously the standard kind of drops. So 3 fires is there you go. Meech caught onto it real quick.
And you have no one to blame but Joe.
That is correct. This is all my fault. So
it is, because now I don't even know how they really feel about it. It's all.
Because now when you go to everybody else's stream and everybody else is getting like a fire or 2 fires, you're like, yeah.
Yeah, but sad thing is, I always see them be getting a bunch of fires. I'd be like, dang, where's Joe at when I need him?
Right. Toy Collectible says Martian and Fire, poor choices, LOL. Absolutely. Like I said, I kind of think it's funny is he's allergic to fire, but he's got laser vision. I don't know. Do they have like iceberg like emojis on here? I guess you could do that to show how cool it is. See there, Meech has got it. Meech has figured it out right away. Toy Collectibles got it on there too.
Yeah, that's right. Look, you guys are chilling. I love it. I love it, man. Y'all are dope.
Meech, I'm not sure. Meech basically just said everything's toxic. So that's probably directed at me.
Yeah. You're that toxic mod that everyone tries to convince me to leave.
Yeah, they're probably righteous, you know.
And I argue with them. You just don't understand me.
That's right.
Like, he's toxic for you.
So he's good for me. It's just like that's what they all think until they can get out of that relationship.
Yeah.
Mike Collectibles says, but you don't understand. My CDs are still in his car.
That was a good one.
It is. It's perfect.
Not the CDs though. Yo, so my homeboy way back in the day, speaking of CDs, he left a CD in my car. We had went to a party or whatever, and he left a CD in the car, and he was like, "Oh, I left the CD in there. Can you give it back?" I was like, "For sure, I'm gonna listen to it though." And then when I gave it back to him, it was all scratched up. It wouldn't even play anymore. Like it would get in the song and then it would start skipping halfway through. I
Was
don't
your
think
CD player that rough?
I don't know what happened to it. I feel like it was my brother. My brother did something to it because I used it to burn a copy of it, and
He
then
said those were the days.
yeah, he said, "Hey, give it back though because I like that CD." It was never the same.
I remember I used to have a PlayStation 2, and it wasn't the one where it would slide in and out. It had like that top
The
part that
top
would
part,
flip open. Yeah,
yeah.
the top part that we pop open. And for whatever reason, when I had gotten that one, because I had the first one that would slide in and it worked perfect until it didn't work at all. And then the top one, when I put it in there and it would spin around, it would always like scratch a circle like in every CD, every DVD, everything I put in there.
Oh. I actually like this green. This look good.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of miss the days of like installing my own stereos in my cars and stuff like that. Meech says that green is getting greeny. Ellie says, damn app closed, lol.
Dang.
Sometimes that'll happen when you don't charge your phone.
You right. Shit, that green is getting greeny, son.
Mm-hmm. Ellie says, my phone is at 62%. Me says, I just blew a 12-inch in my trunk, gotta replace it.
Sup?
No kidding. Yeah, it used to be fun way back in the day to like put like speakers and stereos and stuff like that in your car because you could completely customize it the way you wanted to. Nowadays, it's like if you want to customize your vehicle, you have to pay a professional to tear it apart. Cousin Yeti, welcome in. He says that's why I only buy cars from the 90s and back. I swear to God, like the car I have right now, I have a 2015. It's the newest vehicle I've ever owned, and I don't want to buy anything newer. I was just actually, I feel really sad because I love me some Firebirds, and I was driving by the Dodge dealer up the road, and somebody had turned in. They had like an '89 Firebird WSX in there, and I was just like totally drooling over it until like I looked online, and they want like 17 grand for it. I'm like, oh, you're crazy. They'll probably get it, but
you're crazy, man.
Out of my price range. Ellie says I have a 95 Nissan Pathfinder and a 96 Subaru Legacy. I don't like newer cars. You have a Subaru? I know what that means. And no, I don't like newer cars either. Me says I love Pontiac. Absolutely. I've owned like two previous. I had two Firebirds previous. So I'd love to get another one. Ellie says mine runs like a champ. He says, I have a 93 4-runner. Yeah, like I said, my car is a 2015. It's the newest car I've ever owned. It's a 2015 Honda Pilot, and honestly, I really love it. It drives great, and I do all the maintenance and stuff on it because I refuse to trade it in. I don't want anything newer. Yeah, Beach says I just bought tires earlier. Yeah, I just bought tires for my car like back in October. So, and then right before that, I spent like $4,000 getting like the timing chain and everything completely done on it, like the tie rods. I mean, it's just tons and tons and tons of money on it, but it should be good for a couple of months. I think here in May, I'm probably due for another oil change. So
I think I'm almost due for another one. Almost. Sometimes I wait till my car tells me. It's like, hey.
Well, I don't put a lot of miles on my vehicle because I have Monday through Friday. Like when I'm at work, I have like my work gives me a vehicle to drive to and from work in. So
Oh, that's nice.
I don't use my car for that. So typically I'm putting probably like less than like 10 miles a week on my car, unless my son and I go someplace on the weekend. So he says my goal is a 70s Chevelle any year or a Buick Skylark. Dude, those are sexy. I know my uncle, when I was a kid, he had a 72 Chevelle that he painted chocolate brown. And it really worked for the vehicle, but man, that car was fast. It was so much fun. But I think he totaled it, so oh well. Yeah, we've had like in my family, we've had like a whole lot of vehicles because both my mom and my dad were auto mechanics, and there were times when my dad would be working at a shop, and back in the 70s and some of the 80s, like if you couldn't pay your bill, they would basically like, all right, well, you can't pay your bill to get your car fixed. I guess we own your car. They would get the title to the vehicle, and sometimes my dad would like be the guy like, okay, well, I'll buy it from the shop. So we always had like crazy cars and shit like that. He says my dad was a mechanic too. That definitely happens when people are in debt. Yeah, you're right. So, yeah, I remember when I was like really young, like 5 and 6 years old. My dad worked at an Amco transmission place in Tucson, and they had this parts cleaner. And they had this really tiny hole in the parts cleaner where they couldn't get anything down in to scrape out all the gunk and the sand and debris and everything like that that would wash off the parts in the bottom. And the owner of the company would pay me because I was small enough to fit down inside the machine, sitting there with a bucket, and I could hand the bucket up to him like after I filled it up with like all the shit in the bottom of it.
Oh, wow.
I would get like $10 or something like that for like a whole night's work. And back in the early 70s, it was like when I was like 6 years old. I remember that's actually how like I got paid to do that work. And that same week that my dad's boss gave me $10, I took my family to go see the first Star Wars movie in theater.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, we said 75 cents an hour. Absolutely.
How's it looking, Joe?
It looks pretty decent. And when I say pretty decent, I mean effing amazing.
Why didn't you just say that, though?
Because for a hot second, I wanted to give you some grief. Me says the American Dream, 75 cents an hour, yeah. But
freaking Joe. Yeah.
I know this shit toxic, but she can sense my fineness. Know it's people watching. I need a pause, cause I might be the reason why my friends don't turn to
Beach says it's terrible, terribly great.
That's Joe. Freaking always playing.
So those guys like in Coming to America says that boy's good.
They're good, terrible.
This my only shot. My life could end today. Hear my heart stop. If I go at tonight, I'm going out on time. I give it out, it's like they know the guy. You'll slow down, wait a minute, bro. I see y'all rocking with your hands high. Waiting for that beat to take off 808, so stand by. When I'm breathing bangles, I say famous shit, I stand by. Grinding shit that beat, right? Dance like you let me off my leash. I feel it, like I'm a beat. Like a gorilla who's ready to hood, so I'm going out now. I be resting when I'm gone, rising rise when I'm on. Where is why I wrote the song. Tonight I'm going out like my life's been useless all night. If I don't wake up in the morning, bro, I'm gonna be alright. Don't tell me to the wind. They go, we better go in. No slowing down, we go in. No slowing down, we know it.
This might be one of my best ones so far, bro.
I told you, dude. Every time you start a new one, it ramps up. I mean, all I know is you have not hit the ceiling yet. And Ellie says it's amazing. Freely Kyle, welcome in.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. Oh, yeah.
Beach says Martian low-key a baddie.
No slowing down, we gon' win. No slowing down, we gon' win. Don't caution to the wind. Let go, we back to go in. No slowing down, we gon' win. No slowing down, we know him. Okay, I get it. What's the point of playing again if you don't win it? I ain't never spent a sweet 16. I call that a gift, so you know I gotta bring it. Yeah, I live like minutes is infinite. And time isn't money, the white driven is spinning. Finally found a girl that ain't in on far all the time, so you know how to bring it. Oh my, oh God, that ain't coming up, but that's impressive. I'm trying to fight for the cause, y'all wanna fight in my comment section. Dang, I don't get it, dog. Like that big dance, I'll get involved. They said I never did nothing, but I think I still turned out awesome. I ain't in the talking, I just get it done. They wanna get a job, I wanna get it done.
Oh, yeah. All right. So I'm going to sit on him for a second. Let's see if I can come up with something. Please.
Ellie says, I got more and more jealous every time you do a cover. And then says, Joe, you're not doing your job. There was a lot of vitriol in what she said, so.
I want to do these. What color should I make the rocks? Because he's in space, so I can make them any color.
Yep. I wouldn't go green like kryptonite because that would take away from him. So unless you made him like glowing green. But part of me thinks that maybe you should make him like red-ish, you know?
I was kind of thinking that too.
Because I was thinking like the whole Mars, you know, red rocks and stuff like that. So.
Yeah. I was kind of thinking that too.
Ellie says purplish, gray, or reddish.
Okay. Let's do it.
They be like, God, I don't like that you rapping on chat beats. He don't even like that you rap. I was like, word. Let me ask God.
FS Creation says, bro, I'm in bad, randomly popped in to see where you at. Shit is gas. Okay, night.
Thank you, fam. I appreciate that. Make this start over here.
Faith Nickel, welcome in. It's probably, excuse me, it's probably Nicole's. So welcome in, Faith.
All right. So I do like the idea of the rocks being red. And then for the background, we can do like blue. Well, no, because his cape.
Yeah, it blended too much. Nice, DX.
Remind me that spring coming in the middle of the winter. 60 degrees sunny, we listen to bees. Hummingbirds float in the breeze, honey. Make me a fiend, running towards infinite peace. Bloody my feet, try to quiet the tension, it keeps coming. Reflection looking at me and it's me mugging. Cause I didn't really mean it, that's the secret. Yeah, I just stole your heart, didn't want to keep it. Yeah, I was raised a heathen with hyenas. I'm sorry, but there's no way you'll believe it. You sound just like you're a guy about motives. Got me in the low tide and I'm floating away. Trying to keep in my stride.
I'm hungry.
Look away from your eyes and won't last.
Andy Gamer, welcome in.
I thank everybody for stopping by today, watching us, me and Joe, watching me do art, listening to Joe. We love doing this show. Not only do we both love to create and stuff like that, but it's always cool interacting with everyone who stops in.
Yeah.
I was not there for my passion in the back of class. That's all in the past. Loaded up my luggage, just I didn't pack. That's all in my bag. Now I'm in my bag. Once I got my FAFSA, there's no looking back. They think I'm a pastor, but my motive's bad.
Right now, I'm just kind of putting a base red on this.
I didn't really mean it, that's the secret. Yeah, I just stole your heart, didn't want to keep it. Yeah, I was raised a heathen with hyenas. I'm sorry, but there's no way.
Did I tell you about the shows that I have coming up in May?
No, you did not.
So I have Pasadena Comic Con. I have Ontario Comic Con Revolutions. So that's May. Ontario is May 17th and 18th.
Oh, that's when I'll be on vacation.
Cool. May 27th it's 24th and 25th. I have for the 24th is Pasadena Comic Con.
Right.
And the 25th, I have another Nerds and Hip Hop show.
Nice. Well, the nice thing about that is at least your Pasadena show coordinate with like my time off, so we won't be missing a show.
Perfect. That's good. All right. So I need something that's gonna stand out on the background. I could just go in with black.
I don't know.
I have lines here, which could be like smoke.
I'll be honest with you, I am not 100% sure.
Yeah. Um.
Barbie says if you do like rays or something like that, to like maybe look like they're going to black, like or where it'd be looking at him like as a white circle, and then kind of like coming out like as a circle, you know, like almost like a tunnel effect. You can have like rays coming out, and the closer it gets to you, like the viewer, it's black. Is that a bad idea?
I have to process it because I started drawing with this. So you said the closer it gets to you, the darker it gets. So like down here would be all black and then gray around him.
So like around the edge of the comic, top around the bottom, you know, like I said, like draw like a circle around him, and imagine the circle like coming out. So the bottom and the edges of the comic on the sides and the top would be black, and then like as it closes in around him, it gets lighter.
Yeah, like a vignette.
Yeah.
And I can go in with the ink pen and add some more texture on these rocks because they're a little plain right now.
Oh, they look good though.
Yeah.
They really do. Because honestly, even though they look kind of plain, I think because of like how you have like the white area on it, they almost look like there's something like super bright shining on them, you know?
Yeah.
So giving it a very
it will, especially when I put the gray.
The darker,
yeah,
the darker around them. You want the good news or the bad news?
Bad news.
Bad news is I'm about out of time.
Okay.
Good news is I'm already down to like us doing it tomorrow.
For sure.
Because you're not working tomorrow, so.
Nope, I'm not.
Let's assuming you want to do it again tomorrow, so.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down. And it's like I want to get these done, but I also don't want to rush them, you know?
No, I totally get you, dude. Because, I mean, I used to talk to Evan about that. Like, I hated doing these 2-hour sketches or something like that because what happens is it looks like you did it in 2 hours.
Yeah. But I can also finish it off screen too. There's always that. I be trying to do it on screen, so like what you see me start, you see me finish, but
yeah.
it don't matter.
Sometimes it's hard to do that, but Ellie says I'm looking really, really good.
It is, huh? I thank you. Thank you so much. Let me see what this is. Let me just add in. Oh yeah, it's looking solid, man.
Yeah, I know it is. Rob Squatch, welcome in.
Welcome, welcome.
Terrasaw, I'm glad you showed up.
Don't even look at the watch. Like they know what time it is.
All right. So we can finish here, and then I can plot out like the rest of what I was thinking.
I caught the demon, they asking my Christian. I do what I want because they're my decision. Can't talk to no doubters, they grew up the vision. Yeah, I'm a little different, but still on that mission. I pray on my knees, but I'm standing on business. Don't question what I do, I know that he risen. No question what I do, I know that he lit. She heard the beat in the song and start working it. I say my music ain't funny, she still talk around and start working it. I can't do nothing about it, but I know he working me. Call 911, it's emergency. Hop on the beat and do surgery. I move around with the urgency. Came from the bottom with murder me. Next door to poverty. Can't believe you never heard of me.
Yeah. I think we might be almost done with this. Once I get that background done, I'll be cool with that being finished. You know?
Yep. Ellie sent you a whole bunch of donuts, but for some reason they're muted.
Meach Mix wrote fire emojis. He said, "Look, I'm gonna just write right."
Beach might be my new favorite, so that's not a shot at Ellie, by the way. 9 donut emojis gets you muted. No idea why. I haven't figured that out either, but something tells me there's probably some country out there that finds donuts offensive. Oh Lord! Right as we were getting ready to wrap up, guess who shows up?
Pop Smitty. Of course. Of course. At the end of the show, you want to show your face.
He says, hello.
What's up, my guy? Look, so we've been working on this today. I did this. We'll be working on this. I did this. We'll be working on this. I didn't do all this on this one show, though, so let me not make it seem like that is what we did. But I started working on this.
Up says, wow, that's awesome. It turned out very good.
Thank you, bro.
And then Papa says, that's 5 fire emojis.
That's right.
And Papa says, I have that blank also.
Cool. I need to do something for the background. And I think, like you said, so I actually forgot what you
Meat
said.
says, have you ever done a rhino? And Papa says, let me see that magnet again. He says, nice.
Thank you. I did do a rhino, but not anything on like a cover or anything like that. It was on a sketch sheet, and actually, I think Smitty was the one that copped it, right? Or was it Stick to Your Pogo? I think it might have been Stick to Your Pogo.
I don't remember you doing rhino, so that maybe had been before my time here and whatnot.
Maybe. I'm not sure because I did him. It was like, yeah, it might have been. It might have been before me and you like linked up, but I was doing the It was like a 5-minute sketch.
Papa says didn't even know we were on. We were even on, so his notifications weren't working at all.
Damn. That's all bad.
Ellie says she'll tag him next time.
Cool.
Andrew Calhoun, welcome in.
Welcome in. Welcome in.
Act like I came off the bench, dog. Triple double, now I see you bent, dog. I do not ever use pen, dog. Let it drip off the top at the space bar. Coach it like Jewish, I can't haul. Shout out my aces and Crenshaw.
The play says, let's talk soon about main events, Joe and D.
For sure.
And Ellie said, Bobby said thanks to Ellie.
I left the label, they thought that I fly. Now they see me on the way to the top. How much a feature? I told them a lot. Don't need the cash, but you know I'm so passionate. I had to fast a bit, I had to stop. I caught the lateral, I didn't stop. Yeah, touchdowns, I with the block. Look, my stats getting bigger and bigger. I shoot the J like I'm
Ellie sent, Ellie sent some emojis to Papa, but I can't see what they
are. Heart hands.
Heart hands. Everybody loves the heart hands, and I can't see them. Maybe that's just because I'm emotionally unavailable. Ellie says I need to stop using them if Joe can't see them. So the whole thing is I think the reason why I can't see them is because you guys are probably like on iPhones or something like that. And for whatever reason, I'm using like my home computer to watch the song because it's a nice big screen and it's easier for me to see and read. And it does not like translating emojis for the most part. I mean, there's the occasional ones like the laughing face and stuff like that. I see those all the time. And then she's like, "Oh, that's why you're using a computer." Yes, ma'am. He called me man. Yeah, I did. Sorry. I grew up with my mom in the military, so I use that term a lot. Sorry. He says, I do it too, LOL, I don't mind, I just gotta give you shit. Absolutely. Ellie says, Papa Spetty says, I gotta run, bros. We will talk soon. Absolutely, Guy. Looking forward to it.
Thank you for stopping by, bro.
It's yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. You know, there towards the end of like my mom being in the military, I started calling her sir a lot, and it would upset her. And then she'd tell me that it was yes, ma'am, or nothing at all. Because when I would call her ma'am, she'd get mad at me because she said that she's not a ma'am; she worked for a living. Then I would call her sir, and she's like, "It's call me ma'am or nothing at all." And then I kept calling her sir, and she was asking me why I would call her sir, and I told her, well, according to Star Trek, you can call men and or women all sirs because it's not gender biased. I just wanna flex. Started with a kiss and it ended with a dance. I know that I'm missing. I done made a mess. I knew what the cost was when I took the bet. I just wanna ball and I'm listening to the rest. I just did it wrong and this isn't even like me. I've been reading Paul, I've been listening to Spike Lee. Feelings got involved and I didn't do the right thing. Tell them be cautious. Gotta hold in my conscience. Boys will be boys, bodies are toys. I was raised with Lee says, have y'all watched Invincible? I personally don't get the hype. Yes, I watched all of the Invincibles. So.
What are you talking about? Don't come here with no invincible slander. You'll get blocked. You'll get blocked, man.
If you're looking for exceptional animation, then yeah, I get the idea that it's not exceptional. However, compared to the comic book, I think it's a very accurate representation. And so when you watch the animated Invincible, it's like reading the comic book animated. So, and I think it does a really good job with that.
Yeah.
It stays very, very true to the source material. Whippersnapper 420, welcome in.
I know this is toxic, but she can sense my fineness. Know it's people watching. I need a pause, cause I might be the reason why my friends don't turn to Jesus. I've been holy on the surface, but a heathen in the DMs. I know you believed in me before the nonsense.
How's that looking?
Dude, it looks fantastic. I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
Meat says no slander. I just feel like they were spam and gore. Also, was kind of hard to follow. It's all right, I guess. Well, did you ever read the comics or anything like that? Because straight facts. I mean, it's like like I said, they're very true to the comics. So I mean, the comics were really gory too. You know, and very, you know, I don't want to say explicit because that makes it sound like they were doing nudity, and they weren't doing that. I just mean it was, yeah, really, really gory, very, very bloody, and so the cartoon really kind of like brings that home.
So I'm going on now. I be resting with a clown. Rising friends with a moan. That's why I wrote the song. Today I'm going out like my life spent out like if I don't wake up in the morning, bro, I'm gonna be alright.
He says never read the comics, so I'm new to it. Not that it made me uncomfortable or anything, just constructive. No, that's totally fine. I mean, it's absolutely, it's not for everybody. I mean, honestly, I remember like watching like that first episode where, you know, like Omni-Man like, you know, obliterates all those other superheroes like in like, you know, their home base. And I remember watching that and I was like, you know, holy S-word, this is like just like the book. I mean, the book. And I was just like, I wasn't expecting the level of gratuity that it had, you know, like not like on like a live action interpretation of it, you know, or even an animated interpretation. And then Ellie says, I may go drool over blanks here shortly. But Meech, I think Meech says I can respect following source material because Netflix Avatar was so bad. I kind of agree. There were aspects of it that I liked, but for the most part, I was disappointed with it. But just so you know, I think like your opinion of Invincible, I think Papa Smitty can like he can kind of echo some of your sentiments because some of the stuff that Papa Smitty absolutely despises about like Invincible is like a lot of the characters are very mid. Ellie says I refuse to watch Netflix Avatar. Ellie, don't be a hater.
All right. I think we'll finish here. How's that look?
Really, really good. Like you said, dude, I think every time you start a new cover, you get like better.
Cool.
And I mean, not just like a little bit, like leaps and bounds. Ellie says it looks really good.
Cool. All right, you guys. So we will we'll take a break on it here, and we'll pick it up tomorrow.
Tomorrow night.
Yep.
Two-Way Collectibles gave you a whole bunch of ice cubes.
That's right. Thank you. Once we put the background on there, I think it's gonna tie it all together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks amazing right now. So I'm very interested to see what the background's going to do to it.
For sure. Thank you.
Meech said Avatar was visually pleasing, but they ruined the chronological order of events and the character development. That was my biggest thing. When I watched the original show, I loved the character development, and that was sorely missing, like and like when they shortened it, obviously. But I mean, if you're going to shorten it, you're going to lose a lot.
Yeah, looks good, huh?
It looks better than good.
All right, you guys. I thank you for visiting in the stream. Let's see if we can. Thank you for the follow, Shui. I appreciate that. Let's see if we can raid somebody. We got Dev Shogun, Spangler, Deviant Apple. Let's go with Spangler. We'll do Spangler right now. All right, you guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Thank you for stopping by.
Yep, thank you.
For sure. Thank you, Joe.
No problem, man. Happy to be